Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rafecal. This is Trials of Mana. Once, when the world was yet trapped in darkness, the goddess of Mana felled 8 incarnations of disaster that guided the world to destruction. The god beasts, with the sword of Mana, and sealed them in 8 stones. And as the darkness left, the world was created. The goddess of Mana turned herself into a tree and fell asleep. Many years passed. Due to the actions of some who plot to unleash the god beasts from the stones, obtain power surpassing even that of the gods, and make the world their own, conflict breaks out, heralding the end of peace. There are, in fact, 3 incarnations of that in this, which are featured in the 3 main storylines. Mana is rapidly disappearing from the earth. Even the mana tree has begun to wither. Hope you like Mode 7 graphics. This game does look amazing for when it was made. This is a late Super Nintendo release. Technically Super Famicom, it was never released in the US. Which, one of the reasons I've heard for that is that it's extremely complex as far as where the language gets used and stuff. And that by the time they finished recoding everything, I mean, this is 1995. I believe this is right before the 64 came out. So it was basically at the end of the life cycle for the Super Nintendo. Squaresoft, yes. So yes, this is Seiken Densetsu 3, aka Trials of Mana. It is the sequel to Secret of Mana, which, as I said, was only released in Japan. It was never translated into English. We're playing on the Super Famicom fan translation, which was made available probably almost 20 years ago at this point. It's something that was, a relic of the early internet. So yeah. One of the cool parts with this game is there are 6 characters. Each of them has a unique opening and ending to the game, and you pick 2 other characters to assist them, which will obviously determine how you play the game, but also determine some of the dialogue you get in the game. We're gonna go for so I took a vote from viewers to determine my main character, who is Lise, the Valkyrie. She is pretty well-rounded. She's a fun character. She's my favorite character, so I'm kind of glad she won. She's going to be doing a lot of our physical attacking, frontline stuff, and also going to be casting buffs on the enemy, or buffs on our party. We have Hawk as our second character, because his storyline overlaps with Lise. Hawk is really great offensively. He's going to get some debuffs later in the game, and is going to be our heaviest physical attacker. He can be a bit of a glass cannon, but he's really cool, so that'll be fun. And that left me with some decisions. So Kevin got second place, so he's going to be the star of our second playthrough. So we're going to have Kevin and Carly, since their storylines overlap, be the other run that I eventually do, whether it's on the remake or on this one. There's left Duran and Angela, and I was kind of debating, and both of these characters have about the same pros and cons, depending on which party we stick them with. So we're actually going to try Angela. Oops. I pushed the wrong button. So Angela's not a character I've used very often. I'm not a huge fan of the magic system all the time, but I think it could be an interesting party. I think that it's going to be a very offensively driven party, especially early game. The glass cannon, but we're gonna have very good elemental coverage throughout the whole game. We're gonna have a lot of buffs and debuffs so we're gonna be able to buff our party, debuff the enemy, and both Hawk and Angela are very powerful damage dealers. So the downside with this party is I have no healer. So we're going to be very dependent on items in that regard. And as I said, we're kind of a glass cannon. Lise is going to be our one person who can actually take a hit. We're also going to be very dependent at times on our MP and managing our MP, as well as a meter that we're getting for special moves. Luckily, Hawk builds meter pretty quick, but again, it's just when we need to clear a room of enemies, especially late game, you either need to be able to cast your spell, or you need to be able to do a full screen attack. Princess of Verlante, leader of the Amazon army, Lise on a routine patrol. I'll handle it. Okay. So, the basic mechanics of the game, very similar to Secret of Mana. Instead of charging for your special attacks, you have a meter at the bottom near your portrait. When it's green, you could do a level 1 attack. Eventually we get class changes, and that'll introduce level 2 and 3 attacks, as we basically one with each class change. Each of them just adds bars to the meter, determines how far you have to charge. Alright. More monsters all the time. Once again, this is late Super Nintendo era. Late Super Nintendo era is probably among my very favorite era of gaming in general. I feel like a lot of early, once you get past that, you get into the attempts of 3D, which early 3D does not age well. Good sprite work, on the other hand, is much better. Monte is known as the castle that never fell. They use the wind and their Amazon army as defenses. Yeah, no, this came out around the same time as, like, you know, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Bahamut Lagoon came out around the same time, which is on my long list. Father, would you happen to know where Elliot is? I cannot see with my eyes, but I should be able to know by his spirit traces. Hold on. He hasn't gone far. He's probably somewhere in the castle, but where could he have run off to now? It's time for his martial arts training. Again, very expressive sprites. I love the little reactions like that. And of course, the actual, like, full portraits, which is not apparently not done that way. There. Yeah, those portraits. Okay. Just figuring out the buttons. So I know I did this not that long ago, and I really should have rewatched it. Alma would probably know where he is. I think she's in Elliot's room right now. Let's see if I can remember where that is. This game has very dependent on triggering NPCs in a certain order in order to progress the story. I'll be an Amazon warrior like you. Alma, but you seen Elliot lately? But Elliot was with you. They're almost always together. Looks of you as his mother, you know. Okay, we got a recap of June passed away giving birth to Elliot. Lise saw her mother die, climbed the highest mountain and cried. She swore that she would give Elliot the support that her mother would not be able to. Elliot, where are you? I've also learned here that the king is blind from his little interaction. It's a neat little touch. You're the prince, aren't you? Now for something interesting. We got Bill and Ben. Very easily distracted Elliot. The prince is kind of an idiot, but I'm not sure how old the prince is supposed to be. He comes off as like very young. And I'm assuming, since it's a Japanese game, that Lise is supposed to be a teenager. I'll probably look up some more on the details with that later. If there's any, like, unpublished stuff. Where's the magic trick? It's right here. I'm magician number 1, Bill. And I'm magician number 2, Ben. It's only a double. Do something better. That's where the wind comes from. You need a key to control it. You just have to win for a bit. It's part of our magic trick. We're gonna bring your mother back from the dead. She's tricked you. She knows this spell too, and she's been meeting with your mother in secret. Super gullible. But come on, kid, hurry up. castle that never fell will fall easily without any wind to protect it. Volantia is ours now. How's that for a robbery, eh? You dirty spies. Look, sis, you don't have time to waste here. Think about it. How's King Joster going to know they're going to fight anyone when he's blind? Elliot, come on. Elliot immediately falls on his face. Back down and confirm that he's not here. Elliot, please answer me. I know I'm rehashing the intro, if you've already seen that. Wind stopped and enemy released sleep pollen. These are among the least problematic ninjas we're going to run into in this game. They're one of the more obnoxious enemy types, both because they attack quickly and because they have spells that are very obnoxious to deal with. Status effects and stat downs. Sorry, Lise. The wind told me about this day, but I never believed it. Must be the changes in mana. Elliot is gone, it's all my fault. He's not anywhere in the castle. His spirit is far. Taken by the enemy, perhaps. Lise, take care of Elliot. And so the castle that never fell falls. And we see our boss. Or one of our bosses. We should return to Navarre and report our victory. We'll come back with fresh troops tomorrow. For now, retreat. The wind has returned. But Elliot, what should I do? Father told me about the holy city of Wendell, the priest of light. Maybe he could help. So we begin our journey. Mother, and now Father. Promise I will find Elliot. I love that simple little animation. So, right off the bat, Lise, after a staggering loss to the Navarre army, searches for her brother Elliot. Little did she know the fate of the entire world was about to be placed in her hands. Okay. So yeah, right off the bat, we get a very tragic opening. Most of these openings are pretty tragic. We get some development of Lise as a character. We know that she's motherly towards her little brother, responsible for her troops, but she seems like a teenager. She's a bit of a independent streak. She goes off and fights that monster by herself. She kind of runs off to do what she needs to do, and she is okay with being in charge, but she's still maybe a little prideful. And she can be, but she's not afraid to, she's not some like stoic, strong warrior woman. She's not afraid to show emotion, and she's a good character. Okay, Castle City Jad. This is where we left off. Something's wrong. The city seems different than usual. Keep an eye out. We, the warriors of the Beast Kingdom, now control this city. Do not interfere, and we will do you no harm. The Beastmen have taken over the fort. I'm afraid we're stuck here for now. Okay, so we're gonna look around a little. We do have the ability to buy items, it looks like. Please don't tell the others I'm here. Can't let other beastmen see me now, please. So, if you watch the other openings, you know all of the characters end up here. Except Carly, I believe. Let's see if we can track them all down. It's really just a little Easter egg, but it's neat that they do manage, or they do go through and put all the characters spread throughout the game as you're going. All of these journeys are happening at the same time, regardless of who you pick. At least up until the halfway point. Hawk? Young lady, is something wrong? It's dangerous here with all the beastmen. Wait until night, then you can get out. How about a date with me tonight? Oh, don't look so scared, I was only kidding. The beastman took all his weapons and armor. Plausible way to make sure you can't use the shop. Angela. The only one we haven't found yet is Duran. There he is. Must be some kind of joke. Weapon store that isn't selling weapons? Those beastmen make me so angry, but I can't take them on alone. I'm getting angry again. Right off the bat. Lots of personality in all the characters. I love this game. It's free. I can't make a profit with those beastmen around anyway. So one thing is, this game does have a day-night cycle, and it does have a calendar with days of the week. By sneak out there, I mean you can literally just walk out the front door. So yeah, you saw there was a note there saying that it was the mana hole. So there are days of the week, one for each elemental spirit, plus the mana holy day. There's little things like if you use an element on its own day of the week, so for example casting fire spells on the Salamando day of the week, they do more damage. The Mana Holy Day has additional benefits of your if you like go to stay at the inn, it's always free. It's the main benefit. Okay, Lakeshore Village Astoria. So we see the Holy City Wendell is this way. We're gonna head this way. Sealed by an invisible force. Can't get through to Wendell right now. This is the village of Astoria. Holy City Wendell is on the other side of the lake. There's a cave to the east that goes underneath the lake, but it's sealed off right now. Honto is always quiet, but today he's growling. I wonder what's wrong. You can see here in the bottom right corner, there are 9 little sections. So top here is our window color. That's fine. This one is battle behavior. So you can change the AI. Just in case. It's not going to matter yet. Details on our file. Notes about our stats, including it shows the progression options there. You can see, again, Lisa's pretty well rounded. Controller options, magic, which we won't have with Lise, but we'll get, or yet, but we'll get later. And of course, the top here is our equipment menu. Nobody believes me, but I'm sure I saw it. A strange light coming from above the lake. Maybe we'll see it again tonight. You on journey, miss? Quite a long face. Your beauty is ruined by that. Now smile. Wow. That's extremely insensitive. Silver and golden goddess statues, they let you save your progress. The golden ones also restore your HP and MP. So I actually did pick my characters in a specific order also. So Lise is going to be the main character. I picked Hawk second because because the first boss, you only have 2 characters. And Angela, before the first boss, is worthless. Okay, so I think this should trigger. Now we have to just stay at the end again. There we go. So in the actual intro, before the title menu, we saw some glowing balls of light. And here we see one of them flying over Astoria. Huh? That light. Did you see that light too? Yeah, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's this way. We'll find out soon enough, though. So, another little thing here. See, since it's night, some of the enemies are asleep. The other major change with day-night cycle is things like, werewolves. The werewolf enemies, or if you're using Kevin, are way scarier at night. The other thing is there are just different events, which is really neat. Weird gargoyle statue. I'm sure that'll never come up later. Okay. Be strong. I'm alright now. Who might you be? I'm an Amazonas Brillante, Lise. I saw a light from the inn at Astoria, so Lise, well, I haven't much choice now. Alright, I've picked you. What? Nothing. Please take me to the Priest of Light in Wendell. There's enough power left in me to fly. I'm going there too, so I don't mind. The seal on the Cave of Waterfalls. Oh, that should be no problem if I'm with you. Let's hurry. A disaster is taking place in the Mana Holy Land. Mana Holy Land? That's... What happened? happened? It's in the direction of Astoria village. Let's hurry back. Maybe take a rest inside your head for a while. Wait, what? Wait, what? What a minute. Okay, let's go to Astoria. Ah! There's a voice going through my head. Quickly. Okay. So we have the ferry now. First of our mana spirits. Sort of. So one thing they got rid of in this game, compared to Secret of Mana, was the stamina meter. And Secret of Mana used your attack meter when you were running. So once you stopped running, you had to let it recharge. This one, as long as you're engaged with an enemy, you pull your weapon out and will move slower. We didn't get the victory message, which means there was at least one more enemy there on the screen, but we don't know where it was on the screen. And there's level up. We're gonna start off with strength, for obvious reasons. Oh no, what happened here? Looks like the beastmen invaded while you were gone. How could they? You have to hurry to the Priest of Light and tell him Wendell is in danger. I want to say... No. Remember I was thinking there was one person that you could find here. Maybe that's later. Okay. Over here. You headed to the Holy City as well? It seems they've sealed the cave. What, you have a ferry with you that can let us in? Who are you? I see. That's it. I'm Hawk. I'm going to Wendell on urgent business. Since Hawk's in our party, we get a brief overview of his story. We don't get the full accounting. We never steal from the poor, always from the rich and greedy. That was our pledge. Then this girl, Isabella, she put a spell on everyone. Even my best friend, Eagle. Not just that, she put a cursed death collar on Eagle's sister, Jessica. If I tell her the truth, she'll die. That's the curse. I ran from Navari to ask the Priest of Light for a way to lift Jessica's curse. After that, according to the rumors, Navari invaded the Rolante kingdom. If someone doesn't stop Isabella soon and save Jessica and the others. That story. Is it true? Of course it is. They say a liar is the beginning of a thief. But if you're already a thief, you don't lie. Okay, I'll believe you. I was the princess of that kingdom, Rolante. I'm on a journey searching for my kidnapped younger brother, Elliot. I see. I'm sorry. Isabella is the one to blame for all this. Must be fate that we ran into each other. How about we go together? So I'm not sure how much grinding they expected you to do, but Hawk is coming in at higher level. We're gonna leave the computer on Hawk for now. Realistically, we should actually probably do a little bit of leveling up here quick. Just get Lise to at least 3, if not 4. And we do have a save statue right here. Oh, that's right. So enemies only respawn if you go 2 screens away. So, random note on the town. If you don't go to that weapon shop, you have to do this whole cave with your intro weapon. Which is awful. Very nice. We're gonna keep going strength for now. Damage is important. You can see, it's not like it takes very long to level up. That was part of the like, when I say, oh, we need to get her a couple levels, the first couple levels go pretty quick. Normally, I wasn't thinking about it. Normally, I would try and get that level 3 grind, at least, if not 4, before getting Hawk, so that there's less of a gap, because I'm really anal retentive about having my characters be the same level, and it's really hard to do in this game since everybody comes in at weird levels. You can see right off the bat, Lise is going to hit harder for single hits, but Hawk gets 2 attacks per swing. So he's doing more if both of them connect, which is fairly normal for what you'd expect out of a dual wielder versus a heavy weapon character. The dual weapon characters, which are Kevin and Hawk, are significantly stronger damage output wise. Not because they're actually doing more damage per hit by any means, but because their meter charges faster. Heck, usually they end up doing a little bit more damage than, except Kevin at night. or does about the same. Also, if you notice me switching to Hawk before opening a treasure chest, he has a good luck stat, which is determines your ability to do so, to open treasure chests without triggering traps. Yeah, Carly? Thought I was gonna die. Thanks, I'm Carly, the cute little girl that lives in Wendell. Young lady, you shouldn't be a dangerous place like this. But, we get a little blip of her backstory. Heath is a nice priest who took care of Carly because she had no mama and papa. Grandpa told Heath he has to go to Astoria, and Carly had a bad feeling about that. I don't want nothing to happen to my favorite Heath, so Mick helped me escape. But when I met Heath, a bad man kidnapped him. I wanted to go home, but I couldn't get in a cave. Luckily, you came along. I took a wrong turn. I fell down. And then you came. Journey later. Poor Carly. My. I was just going to Wendell anyway, so I'll take you there. What? Did Grandpa send you here or something? I don't need your help anyway. Wendell's close by. This way. Don't get lost. So if you pick Carly as your third character, she joins right there. And you get 3 characters for the boss. So the main thing luck affects is the treasure chest in this game, because critical hits don't work. Same goes for agility. Agility is supposed to give an evasion boost, and it does not work correctly either. It works, evasion exists, but it doesn't get all the bonuses it's supposed to from agility and from Duran's shields. Strength is damage, obviously. Agility, I believe, is hit and evasion. Vitality is how many hit points you get per level, and also defense, I believe. Intelligence is magic damage. Intelligence is elemental magic damage. Spirit is healing and light magic damage. And then luck, as I said, is supposed to be critical hits, and it's also for treasure chests and such. We're actually gonna go... Yeah, let's just keep on strength. Strength is good. So yeah, since we have Angela, we'll get another character later instead of early like we do with Carly. Almost every playthrough I do, I typically go with Carly as my third character, but since I'm kind of saving her for that second playthrough with Kevin, I didn't want to use her in both of them. Honestly, just using her in every playthrough is a pretty normal thing for me. Again, I mean, she's the healer. She is easily your most valuable character. Early game, she just gets base single target healing. Late game, she gets multi-target healing. And you get her early, it makes this dungeon so much easier. You don't have to worry about anything. It goes a lot faster. Okay, we're in Holy City, Wendell. There is another boss, or there is an actual boss coming up at some point here, just for the record. So he's already wearing the armor from this place. And I believe he's already wearing, or I believe that the other character, oops, I messed that up. You have an item storage system as well. Keep pushing the wrong buttons. There's so many menus in this game. Okay. Yeah. So you can see his attack is on par with hers. People from Wendell, from around the world, or come to Wendell from around the world to find answers. We're neutral cities. We have no allies or enemies. Okay. And I think Grace Granite or Carly is missing. So this is where you, I believe this is going to be the same dagger and lobster. Yep. We're gonna check real quick here. Oh, this is the weapon shop, duh. I just want to see what the item shop has. See if it has anything that's worth doing. Priest brought out courage I never knew I had. So we're gonna buy one angel grail. We're gonna buy another a couple pui puis, which are like antidote, and we're gonna grab a magic rope. Yep. Okay, we're gonna pop into the inn. So there's a neat little thing here called item seeds. Basically, it's a random item. We're gonna get more later that do cool things, including our class changes. Okay. Wake us up in the morning and enjoy your stay. So now it is Salamando's day. Fire does more damage. Okay, so we're gonna save our game, and this is gonna be a good spot to wrap up for now. So hopefully you're enjoying. We got a little further in the intros. Got our first character. Made it through our initial goal of getting to the Holy City, Wendell. We've seen a village get burned to the ground, another occupied by beastmen. We met Carly. We got Hawkeye and Carly's backstories in addition, or abbreviated versions. We've actually seen all of the characters at this point, at least as little cameos. And we got the fairy from the mana tree and got a little bit of information about the fact there's a problem in the Mana Holy Lands. This game puts a lot out real fast. There's a lot of story, and I mean, even just like, I mean, same thing with like gaining levels, story and mechanically. The game moves fast. It's not a super long game, and there is a lot going on in that time, and it never feels like it gets bogged down or overwhelming. There's a few spots where you have to do a little bit of a grind, but not substantially. So, yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you like this, you may like the Blossom Tales video that we just did. It's another action RPG kind of thing. Tons of Zelda runs, tons of other Squaresoft games. It technically has its own category for stuff like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. I decided not to put this game on that playlist because I feel like it's different enough, and I didn't want the intro videos to get lost in that. In the playlist that already has like 100 videos on it. And there are enough mana games to, warrant it having its own. So we'll we'll see how that all pans out. The remake of this game is supposed to be coming out sometime in the next 2 years, and they have announced a Steam release, which means I'm going to pick it up and play it as well. So this is the first run. There will maybe another run of this one eventually, or it may be a run on the new fancy 3D, depending on how it plays. Otherwise, that might just be a demo. But yeah, if you have any questions or suggestions about things, games you think I should play, questions about the game, things you want to hear me talk about, anything in between, leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time.